Good morning, guys. So I'm going to do an overview of what I'm taking whenever I am traveling. I am 4 weeks post-show, so I'm a little bit more flexible whenever I'm traveling with food, and I do still take my food scale with me. I don't take a body weight scale. I think if you're taking a body weight scale while you're traveling, you need to reassess your relationship with your body and the scale just to make sure that what you're doing is truly for you. That being said, I do take my food scale though with me to make sure I'm consuming enough food. That's my big issue whenever I'm post-show is it's really easy for me to not eat enough or eat the right portions for what my body needs right now and what my goals are. My macros aren't super high, but they're also not mega low either. So I'm gonna show you some of the staples I'm bringing. Again, when I land, I am stopping at a grocery store. So if you have the benefit of stopping at a grocery store, wherever you're traveling, I highly recommend you do so. If you have things like a kitchenette, a fridge, a microwave, you're good to go. You should stop at a grocery store. However, if you want to invest in things like a meal prep service, I know Bite Meals, MegaFit Meals, Icon Meals, these are all resources where you can order macro-friendly meals, or you can also just order things in bulk like chicken, asparagus. I know Icon Meals does this. You can just order one ingredient of the food and they can ship that to wherever you are, or they can ship it to your house. So if you want to have it shipped to your house and you're just driving to your location, that would be my recommendation there. If you are flying somewhere, like maybe flying across the country, you can have them ship their meals to wherever your location is that you're staying at. So I would highly recommend that. I've traveled with food before where I've tried to meal prep and keep it cool. It's just gross. I just don't like it. I think it's nasty. I think that your food can go bad. I would just much rather invest in a meal prep company. So those are my thoughts there. But I'm going to show you all the dry ingredients I'm bringing with me. These are very easy to just throw in your bag. It requires no meal prepping whatsoever. And this isn't going to be all the food that I'm consuming on my trip. Again, I am stopping at a grocery store to pick up some things as well. So I'm gonna kind of go through by macro type. And we're gonna start with protein because protein is the hardest macronutrient to get and to bring on the go. So I have in here some protein powder. So I have the Bowmar Nutrition Protein Powder. I have a dairy-free one and their whey protein base. The dairy-free one is bomb. I've already gone through a whole 2-pound container of that in a little less than a month. I'm not proud of that, but it's true. I like to take those with me to make my protein pancakes, throw it in oatmeal. I can always make a shake out of it. I never really eat protein like that anyway. I like to take it and mix it with some water, make it like a protein pudding or put it on some rice cakes. It's just nice and it's convenient and it's not going to go bad in my bag. Speaking of things that won't go bad in your bag, tuna. I like the tuna packets. There's different flavors out there. There's a jalapeno flavor that's really good, a ranch flavor, a honey barbecue flavor. They have a spicy one too. That's really awesome. So I like to take a bunch of these with me. I could put them in salads. I could put them in wraps. I could just eat them out of the container. It's not even that, they taste good. For someone who doesn't like tuna that's canned, these are really good. Okay, other protein source I'm bringing with me. I'm actually bringing a big bag of this, but this is a Little Buff protein. I've talked about this over and over again. My clients already know, but one of these little packets has 26 grams of protein in it, and that's without making it with the egg whites. You can make this with a Diet Coke or any sort of diet soda. Diet Coke, like the darker sodas, will be the best for you. Mix it up with a little bit of Diet Coke till it gets to a batter consistency in a microwavable container. Microwave it for 1.5 minutes and you're good to go. So if you're doing it like that, it's 6 fat, 16 carb, and 26 protein for one of these babies. So that's quite a bit of protein. You can also take these and make protein pancakes at your location as well. The other protein source I'm bringing with me, and it's a little bit of a carb source, and I put it in my shaker cup, is I take powdered peanut butter. And you'll notice that I put a lot of this stuff in baggies and I'm not taking the actual hard container with me because that wouldn't be very effective with leaving space in my suitcase. So Powdered peanut butter is a great protein source for any of you who prefer to eat a bit more plant-based, or maybe you don't want to have a bunch of just whey protein. I love powdered peanut butter. It's great on oatmeal, it's great on rice cakes, it's just the bomb.com. Okay, the next thing I'm talking about is carbohydrates. I'm bringing some quick oats with me. Very easy to travel with. I should probably just take some of these out because I highly doubt that I'm going to get through all of this oatmeal, but just quick oat packets, easy carb source. The other thing, I keep talking about them because I love them, rice cakes. White cheddar is really good, caramel's amazing, even the plain, as long as you dress them up, okay, don't leave them naked, they taste good. Very simple to take. Whenever I'm packing these though, they can break really easy. It's a rice cake, it's very fragile. So I just kind of cover it in my suitcase with some clothing to encase the rice cake and make sure it's safe. And then the other thing I'm bringing with me is some Joseph's Lavash wraps. These are amazing because they have a good amount of fiber in them, and I find a lot of people don't consume enough fiber whenever they are traveling. There's 2 grams of fiber per pita. It's 9 carb, 1.5 fat, and 6 protein for a whole pita too, which is really macro friendly and amazing. So that's what I'm taking with me. As for fats, I will take some peanut butter with me, or I will buy some when I get there and buy the little packets. Peanut butter is a food, just full on disclosure, is a food that I'm still working on my relationship with, so it's hard for me to just take a jar and like not want to eat the whole jar. So I'd like to buy the little packets, and I'll have to stop at the store and do that. Or I'll eat things like whole eggs, or I'll get like a fattier meat, like a 93.7 beef or turkey to consume. So that should help me hit my fats. My fats aren't super high right now. Again though, I think a lot of competitors post-show, they don't consider their relationship with certain foods, and you don't want to like self-sabotage yourself. If you know that your relationship with a certain food needs to be worked on, or you struggled with like binge eating, maybe like even binging and purging. Although I'm recovered, it's still kind of like an alcoholic that used to struggle with alcohol being in the house. So I'm still working on my relationship with the food. And I don't want to like have trigger foods in my home. So that's why you don't see a lot of fat sources, because your girl loves peanut butter, and peanut butter is such an easy, convenient fat source to take with you. So I highly recommend bringing that with you as long as your relationship with that food is great. That would be the fat source that I would take with me, and other things too, like almonds and nuts in general are good to take on the go. But for me, I don't really enjoy eating raw nuts to hit my fat. It's just not my cup of tea. But guys, I'm going to throw in here a little shoulder workout as well, because I was vlogging a little bit one day and all I really got was a shoulder workout, so I hope you all enjoyed that. But I'm traveling this weekend. I'm going to go and meet my boyfriend's family, so that should be interesting. And I can talk more on dealing with people who might not understand flexible dieting and tracking your macros, and how to explain, not that you need to, how to explain what you're doing towards your goals, and how to deal with people's judgments of you, like weighing out your food and holding yourself accountable every single day. It's totally different for people who haven't seen that before. And since we're going back to the good old Midwest, I feel like it's a little bit less prevalent there, where people are more focused on their physique-based goals. But it is what it is. I'm up for the challenge. I am up for the mental challenge, so I can grow even more and stick up for myself and stick up for my goals, and I hope that you guys do the same. So I hope that these travel tips are helpful for you. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should give that a follow. Hope isn't here right now because she's at the dog sitters, which makes me not super happy. I'm struggling with that, but you can follow Hope and I.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are